sacrifice, grind for it, grind. I had to wait my turn, stand in line. I had to lose some things, had to go through some things. Look in my eyes and see my pain. I've been through some, I made it through. Brand new whip, new shoes and things. I pull up and they get juicy, man. Drop tops, I'm cruising, man. I'm in the city making moves, man. Slum dog, bit like cat. Lay with me gutter like Ellie. Same nigga used to sleep on the paddock. The same nigga walk around with a paddock. Brave by the nigga that sponsor the blow. Brave by the streets, so I sponsor the hoe. Lame mad nigga, didn't respect the game. Lame mad nigga, we don't know your name. We was in the street, we ain't help each other. Speak for the street, cause they ain't help a voice. We ain't had no boom, but we had a stove. Sell the freaking square, now we moving nose.
What's up, Stat family? Told you we was coming back with another one. We got the best Danny Ainge, Larry Bird story ever. This is a live reaction. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that sub button, and comment below. Let's get it. I'm talking about it's legendary. Shout out to the Lord. Shout out to y'all. We thank you, Lord, for another. Shout out to them real junkies. Shout out to them real crackheads. Shout out to them real legends. It's legendary every day. Mama, grandma, auntie, aunt, big DJ. We love you to the end. It's game savvy. You already know what game it is. We thank you, Lord, for another one. I promise you, it's really legendary every day. Shout out to everybody out there. Hope y'all enjoying y'all day. Hope y'all had a blessed day. And we thank you, Lord, for allowing us to wake up and do it again. And we hope you allow us tomorrow to wake up to do it again. It's legendary once again. We back at it once again. We thank you, Lord, once again. I'm talking about, shout out to everybody out there. I'm talking about really back at it again. I'm talking about we thank you, Lord. How y'all doing today? I ain't gonna hold y'all up. We're gonna get in here. We're gonna run these real errands. We're gonna get on about our business. We're gonna thank the Lord while we're doing it. We definitely gonna do that. Y'all already know how I'm coming. I'm talking about in real life. I'm talking about we thank you, Lord, for another. I'm talking about shout at everybody out there. I'm talking about back at it really. Once again, I'm talking about I really love it every day. I'm talking about for real, no faking. I'm talking about real life. I'm talking about, we thank you, Lord, once again. I said that a million times. You feel? I promise you I will. When I woke up and seen another, I'm talking about, I'm really smiling. I'm talking about, we thank you. I'm talking about, huh? I'm talking about the real. I'm talking about real emotion. I'm talking about real happy. Shout out to everybody out there. We thank you, Lord. I'm talking about for real every day. A real blessing to me. Thank you, Lord, for allowing me to get to do it again. I'm talking about every video legendary to me. I'm talking about for real. Really. Every video means something. It ain't just a video. You hear me? When you first start, it's just a video. But when you realize, shit real life. We thank you, Lord, every day. I'm talking about for real. It's a blessing to get up here. You feel me? Shout out to the Lord and shout out to y'all out there. It's real life now. Let's get down to business. I'm talking about I really love it. No faking. Shout out to the Lord, though. You really legendary. I'm talking about for real. I'm talking about real life.
My favorite trash talk.
You know what?
when they trash talk coaches, like when they trash talk Hubie Brown, and you know they're sitting there and playing in Madison Square Garden. And
the opening tap controlled by Mark Jackson, and trying to go to Bird. He's on Vanderway. Inside he goes, stops, fade away, 2.
You know he ready to work out there.
Hubie Brown walking to the sidelines, and he says, so the whole bench can hear him,
Right.
And go like, Hubie, this all you got from me tonight? Like, you got no one else that can guard me? This is getting ridiculous.
Double team, looks way out to Dennis. Little touch pass to Larry. Got it. Here's Bird, has cheeks on him. He'll shoot it and hit it.
Come on now. You don't need no dribbles. We're going to turn around and in you.
Are you serious? This is the only guy that you got that can guard me? And the whole bench hears it. And, you know, I'm just sitting there smiling and laughing. Like, but Larry's so confident in his game, and Hubie, like, you know, puts Johnny Newman in the game. And then Hubie would put in, like, Johnny Newman would be running in the game. And goes, wait, are you serious? That's the guy you're putting on me? Larry, like, are you serious? That's what you got? Trash talking coaches is next level.
Bird off the pick. He throws the jumper up and nails it.
You can come off mid-range, come off three-pointer, which one you want.
Bird off balance, puts it up and hits it.
Real bucket getter right there. I'm talking about a real score.
Field goals at this point. Needs a few more.
I'm talking about for real.
Puts up a 3.
What you want?
Bird's gonna shoot it to McHale.
Real legend, man. Real legend, man. I'm talking about this shit can't be made up. Look it up.
But it was those subtle things that he said that were just, I mean, they were so funny, but we loved it. But even the other bench, you know, even Hubie's team in New York is like laughing at Bird's trash talking. But the most uncharacteristic one was he didn't usually trash talk to like Magic, Dr. J, you know, guys like that. He just, you know, he had so much respect for them. But I remember the big fight between him and Dr. J where Moses and we're holding him back, and Dr. J was swinging. It was like so uncharacteristic of Dr. J. As you guys know, Dr. J, right. I mean, he's the nicest guy in the world. Larry was talking trash to Dr. J, which he didn't usually do. Talk to his, you know, the stars of the game. Larry had like 35 halfway through the third quarter and said to Dr. J, you know, like, you need to retire, bro.
Oh, man. Larry Bird has an unbelievable night. Every shot he took, Irving is guarding him. And as every shot went in that Larry took, he went further back. And he kept on saying to Irving, aren't you going to guard me? Or, can't you do any better? I mean, he was the greatest soft-spoken trash talker I've ever met.
Yeah, up by a deuce.
That big Bird never fell off.
Bird. McHale is looking for Larry Bird. Finds him, gets a step on Jay, and gets 2. 21 for Larry in the first half. Bird through the lane. Left-hander is good in the foul. 25 first half points for Larry Bird with 3:09 to play.
Larry had scored like 35 on him like halfway through the third quarter and was just jogging back down the court and said, man, you need to retire. And it was just like,
they had to go
Jay
down.
Lost his mind, and that's where that story had started. And I don't think Dr. J took that too well. And he's like the nicest guy in the world. They got in this fight.
There's Dr. J trying to hold Bird. Bird retaliates, and
And look at
Jay hitting Bird as he's being held from behind by Barkley and Moses Malone.
Why did you and Bird not get along?
The irony is we did get along. It's just that when somebody plays for Boston and somebody else plays for Philly, if you have to get on the court and play with one another, I don't care if it's your mother, you're not supposed to get along.
Well, if you heard what Larry was saying to him, you understand why Judy is
Can you tell us, Chief?
And we all know Larry is legendary brass talking. All it was is Dr. J's ego was pride.
Right.
He had probably one of his worst basketball outings ever. At the most inopportune time.
Right.
And Larry constantly reminded him of it. Oh, man, the trash talking. Oh, my goodness. I would have threw a punch.
I swear.
It was me.
For real though.
Yeah, Larry was funny.
Had
Larry
to.
wasn't,
He
like,
came out of court and
always
said
a
that.
trash talker. I mean, always talking trash. He was selective. Most of the time, his trash talking, it seemed like it was for motivation. It wasn't like he was just always trash talking to everybody. It was just, it was spotty, but when he did it, it was big. So Larry wasn't talking
Really
as
big.
often as them, but Larry said some funny stuff. I remember one time that we're playing in San Antonio, and I don't remember the kid's name, but a young center coming off the bench. He runs in the game with all this excitement, enthusiasm. The crowd's going crazy.
There's the starting front court for the Spurs. Anderson at center, the rookie. He was in the slam dunk contest. They don't really have a center, so they do a bona fide center. This kid Anderson is playing at center at the moment. He's a power forward, rookie also season. So,
and Larry says, "Who you guarding?" And the kid points to Chief. He goes, "Oh crap, Chief, your ball now."
stay hanked up on the board and work hard. We've got people that can do that.
Bird IQ was unmatched, man.
Over Anderson and a nice
Him and Magic was something else.
Bird looking low for Paris. Got Robertson in his face. Pick and roll with the chain. Beautiful.
Motherfucker don't even got to score to beat you.
Well done. Caught him by surprise. Paris again on that same play they ran in the first half, where Robert just comes cruising down the lane and takes the give and go pass from Bird. To Larry. To Robert. 10 assists for Larry Bird and a triple double. His first of the year.
Here's one story that probably not too many people know. We're warming up way before the game. You know, he's either talking to a coach or talking to a trainer on the other team. He's chirping back and forth with Larry. You're not gonna make any threes tonight, Larry. And Larry goes, yeah. And Larry goes, I'm gonna bank one in on you guys tonight. So later on in the game, and we have a timeout, and we come back to the huddle, and I go, Larry, you haven't banked one in yet. You remember you got $10 with the trainer down there? Oh yeah. And I swear, I mean, within a minute he banks one in.
That's Bird. Way out.
Backboard.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky.
Hartford Center. I watched that.
Right there. They'll ask him after the game if that was a banker. I don't think so. You see a slight smile on his face.
When I got to Boston, he was the first person I went to. And I got to watch him in his heyday. And I'm telling you, what you saw in the game wasn't even close to what he did in practice.
Really?
I can't even tell you the kind of. I'll give you an example. And this is just a small example. If you're playing, shootout where everybody has to shoot the ball at the basket and try to the first one to get them in, Larry could literally hit your ball in the air and knock his in the basket, and would do that if you're about to win.
This nigga done hit
He'd hit your
15
ball in
straight
the air
shots, man.
and let
Literally.
your ball knock his in the rim.
Wow.
And would
off your ball.
off your ball.
Yeah.
It's incredible. And he did things like that when he just felt like being basically superior because he was good enough that he could do all those things all the time.
And during this three-point shootout, as Larry Bird hits 11 straight threes, he decides to hit one off the backboard just for fun.
Oh, wait a second. Off the glass.
But was there ever a time when you're out there with Larry when you said, "Hey, Larry, how about getting me the ball"?
No, that didn't happen.
Not one time?
I remember just to put in perspective. I remember I'm coming off of screens, and like I said, I could get shots. With those guys setting screens when I wanted.
Good fake by Danny.
Danny Ainge.
Parrish high. Danny left wide open.
I remember coming off of down screens and catching and shooting shots, and I remember Bill Fitch called me over and said, "What are you doing?" And I go, why'd you shoot that? I go, I was wide open. And the coach pulls me aside, Bill Fitch, and he says, "Okay, what do you expect to make on that shot?" I go, 52% I'm gonna make on those turnouts. And he'd say, "Well, what's your percentage you think? You shoot from that?" I go, "Probably 50%. He's going "What does he shoot?" Points to Larry. I go, "Yeah, 60. And he goes, "What does he shoot?" He points to Bird. I go, "Yeah, probably 60. He goes, "Well, what does he shoot?" He points to McHale. I go, 60. He goes, "What about him?" 60. And what about him? "Yeah, probably 60, all three of them." And it's like that. You get my point? We don't need 52% shots, coming up at down screens. Because you throw the ball inside.
With 38 seconds left to play in the first half. Bird flashing off the pick, rolling in.
Showtime, all right.
I think he wanted down the road on that one, didn't he?
Show out
winning
there.
is what it's all about, and changing your game to win and conform to what's best for your team. I did have a good time. I think I scored probably my 10 highest scoring games of my career were when Bird didn't play or McHale or both of them didn't play.
DJ taking his time, finds the hot hand aim.
For the aim gonna act up now.
Really moving the defense around.
Danny. What the heck? Shoot it, Danny. 2 more. Yes! Ainge just taking the clock down.
Come on, Danny, do it.
Yeah.
Get a 3.
Knock down, Ainge. Damn.
So we used to have shoot around and like that on those shots. Like I get 10 of Larry's shots tonight.
Because Larry's not
I get
playing.
3 of his McHale shots, and so that was those were fun games. And so like it just kind of it changed me, but it was right. If you're gonna try to win, like those guys are just so special. They have to have the ball.
Dennis, he told me this one story. We were playing, I guess it was in 84, 85, one of the series, but Casey Jones was drawing up a play. And Larry was kind of like watching, and then finally Larry said, "Hey, coach, give me the fucking ball so everybody get out the way." I love that story because that's dominance there. That's some shit only great ones say.
They're in overtime, tied at 123.
Casey drawing up the play for coming out of the huddle, and Larry turned and said, "You guys want to win the game? Just give me the ball and get out the way."
But here's Henderson with it. 18 on the shot clock. I think the Celtics will use most of the clock here. Nearly a steal by Worthy. Dennis Johnson with Cooper all over him. He can't do a thing. Bird.
Turn around, Bird.
And the Boston Celtics have even this NBA World Championship Series at 2 games apiece. And those who are writing the obituary can just pause.
Larry Bird made so many game-winning shots in his career, but hitting one over his arch-nemesis Magic Johnson in Game 4 of the NBA Finals made the taste of victory that much more sweet.
One game we played the Lakers in the Forum, and we was fortunate enough to win at the end. There's a lot of fans around, and when we won games on the road, we tend to stay a little bit longer and celebrate. I was very quiet and very humble that day, and I was looking out the window, and I happened to see Urban walking across the parking lot to his car. And I just watched him. I could see the pain on his face, the look in his eyes that he was a beaten man that day. So if my thoughts in my head, my other teammates were talking, doing their own thing, I was just watching him. I said, "Suffer, baby, suffer."
The thing that stands out is his confidence.
Real competition, real legends. I love it.
But Larry was entirely different level. I saw playoff games where we're trying to exploit a matchup against Marcus Johnson.
And yes, Marcus Johnson will be playing, but he is in the lineup with a hyperextended right knee, and it's a question of how long and how effective he will be tonight. Bird has a tendency to make everybody else go down a notch. Bird draws the foul and counts.
That nigga was the best small forward ever, man, for real. Too skilled.
Steps back, leaves in, gets the contact, and still has the strength to kiss it off the glass.
McHale's having an amazing game against Milwaukee, so we're running a post up for him.
McHale the turnaround, and he's got 12 off the bench.
That's McHale's shot right there.
McHale working on McKeskey, ball away. Kevin McHale has been some kind of touch.
He mastered that.
And
turnaround.
So I set a cross screen for McHale, comes in the post, I come off a down screen, and I look up, I go, he ain't passing the ball. He's just holding the ball, like looking at McHale in the post like this, and then boom, just shoots the 3 and makes it.
Bird sets for 3. He's there. He does it.
You gotta get on Bird, man. You gotta foul that nigga, man, for real.
There's so many stories I have about just him taking games over, and with coach, you call a play, and like he's not running the play. Like it's just okay, he's just gonna take it and score. But he just had so much belief in himself.
That was the play. Get that nigga the ball. You hear me?
With double teams at the end of games, like teams knew what we were running, and he'd still get a quality look off it.
Bird low. You can't double yet. Now you can quickly. Bird's jumper, good. With 3.6 seconds left, Larry Bird gives the Boston Celtics a 2-point lead. Everybody in this building had to know what was going on. Michael came over to help out. Celtics lead with 3.6 seconds here, 102 to 100.
Right. You know, like I'm going to, you know, is Xavier McDaniel's story where, you know, I'm going to shoot it fake here, shoot it there. And, and they did exactly. And it had nothing to do with the play call.
Right.
Like our coach would call timeout and we're going to do this. And like we walk on the court and Bird just looks at me and goes, no, give me the ball right there. And then he does what he told McDaniel he was going to do.
During the timeout, I'm going through a play. And about that time, Larry steps in and says, Coach, why don't you just give me the ball and tell everybody to get out of the way? It's Larry. And when he wants the ball, he wants the ball. After the timeout, we walked back on the court, and then Xavier was guarding him. So he tells Xavier, says, I'm getting the ball.
So the game is tied.
Nigga told him he getting the ball.
At 102, Celtics have the ball. And with Larry, clock is off.
It was under 10 seconds. And when we came back out of the timeout, Larry said, I'm going to get it right here, X, and I'm going to shoot it in your blinking face. And I was like, well, I'll be right here waiting on you, too.
10 seconds. 5, and Bird has the basketball. Look out. 2 seconds on the clock.
Nigga legend announcer already knew who was going in. That's how cold that nigga was.
He was like, damn.
Them announcer wasn't even excited.
Leave nothing on the clock. And I just looked at him and said, conceited bastard.
I get a charge when I tell someone on the opposing team that I'm going to hit the last second shot and then do it. That's what it's all about.
No, I was blessed to play with a lot of good players in my NBA career, a lot of very good players. But yeah, I think that playing with Bird and McHale, I mean, those guys had unbelievable confidence. I always thought of myself as a very, very confident player.
Yeah.
But Bird especially, and he had a whole nother level of confidence than I ever was able to accomplish and achieve.
Well, he has a record, and McHale goes over to congratulate him. McHale aims. Larry Bird has 57 points, an all-time Boston record for one game. And McHale had set the record less than 2 weeks ago. Bird, foul shot, got it. Bird has 58.
You know, I always considered myself a confident player. Kevin McHale was a very confident player. Cedric Maxwell, Tiny Archibald, right down the list on that team. But Larry was at a whole nother level when it came to confidence. And, I mean, he really, really believed that he was a great player and really believed he could score on anybody at any time, double teams, anything. And he had an array of shots. He had a variety of step backs and in betweens and left hand and right hand. And, it's pretty incredible.
And with 3 seconds, Bird will try another jumper.
She's gone.
Hit it at the buzzer. Bird has 60 points. Larry Bird scored 60 points. Look at the Boston players mobbing. Larry Bird scored 60. It is the greatest shooting exhibition I've ever seen in my life. Larry Bird, one more impossible shot after the other.
It's one of those days when you walk away and understand how great the NBA players are, but then the superstars, what a different level they're at.
My first game in the NBA, Bill Fitch called a timeout and he diagrammed a play, and I was supposed to cut off the high post and post up for a second and then go across and set a pick. Well, I came off the pick and I was wide open and I stood there waiting for the ball. I had a smaller guy to post up, and Larry just waved me out of the way saying, get out of here, get out of the way. And from that time I learned to run Larry's play, not the coach's play. I'm really grateful for having had the chance to play with Larry. He taught me a great deal about the game of basketball. He taught me how to prepare for games. He was a great example to me in how he approached his job and the professional that he was. And besides all the great things I learned on the court, the passing and the shooting and all those things, Larry was a great example, and I feel very blessed to have had the chance to play with Larry Bird.
I'm gonna tell you what's really amazing though. He would have still kept playing, but Magic retired. Think about it. Just imagine if you'd have kept playing. Niggas stop playing just because Magic won't play no more. It won't fun no more. Think about it. Nigga a real legend. That's legendary. That's remarkable. That's outstanding. That's top dog. That's changed the game. That's what we come to see. Shout out to Magic Johnson. Shout out to Larry Bird. I'm talking about real legends, man. Really competed out there too. And shout out to Dr. J. Can't forget about the doctor now. The doctor a real problem too now. Doctor came before all of them. Shout out to the Dr. J though. They had to go down though. When Bird came down there and said what he said, they had to go down. They had to, you feel me? It went down how it went down. It's legendary though. Real fans respect it. Real fans love it though. Either way, Dr. J, you're legendary. Either way, Bird, you're legendary. Either way, Magic Johnson, you're legendary. To my real legends. They got Bird. He was ahead of his time, man. You can look at it and see. That nigga spent. Then went, laid it up with the left hand on the right side. Nigga's 6'11". Doing point guard stuff. Seriously. In the 80s, in the 70s. Never fell off. Niggas just stopped playing just because Magic stopped playing. He would have kept playing if Magic was still playing. Imagine if we would have got to see real retro Bird. Imagine. Think about that. Either way, the nigga legend, man. Might not be your favorite small forward or top small forward, but that guy the greatest small forward of all time, no question. No question. Seriously. I ain't going off rings. I'm going off playing basketball. That's what I'm going off of. You hear me? I ain't going off rings. I'm going off roll the ball out. I'm going off skill. I'm going off IQ. That's what I'm talking about. That guy had it all. I'm talking about at an early age. That guy was doing that shit. Hey man, that guy IQ was off the charts, man. Made no sense. I'm talking about out there torturing real legends. Really. It ain't like he was just torturing anybody. That nigga was torturing Hall of Famers. Do you understand me? You get it? I'm talking about real Hall of Famers that we know. I'm talking about top 10 Hall of Famers. I'm talking about real GOATs out there. That nigga out there torturing for real. Solidified. I'm talking about really stamped. Imagine that nigga would have really played for the Pacers. Are you serious? They'd have been had a ring. Seriously. That guy right there come to work. I'm talking about for real. That nigga right there dive on the floor. That ball going out of bounds. He still down on the floor for it. Come on, man. I'm talking about got up and act like nothing ain't happened. Hell. That nigga a real problem. I'm talking about we respect that. We salute that. Maxwell said that nigga had, he was the only Bird was the only white person that was in the barbershop with a picture beside Malcolm X and Martin Luther. Malcolm X and who? Martin Luther King, if I'm not mistaken. If I got that wrong, somebody let me know in the comment section. Was it Malcolm X and somebody else? It was Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali, I think. But anyway, they had Bird, more of the story, they had Bird in a barbershop. I'm talking about a black-owned barbershop. I'm talking about that nigga picture was hung up in the barbershop. That's legendary. I'm talking about you real legend, Bird. I'm talking about you stamp, man. I'm talking about real stamp. Real legend, man. I'm talking about we respect that shit. I'm talking about that nigga right there. No joke. Excuse my language too. I really feel it. I love it. I'm talking about I'm real passionate about it. This ain't no fake reaction. These are real reaction. I love it though, man. Like, I ain't expect Bird to be this good when I first looked at it. I thought Bird was just some other player. No, hell no. That motherfucker right there ain't no other player. That motherfucker right there really the real deal. I'm talking about for real. I'm talking about the real legend. I'm talking about 33. I'm talking about Spring Valley. I'm talking about them Sycamores. I'm talking about them Boston Celtics. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Real Bird fans know. That nigga got a statue at the goddamn college, man. Shooting that motherfucker, yeah. I'm talking about that motherfucker, yay high. Forever step, man. Nobody else gonna do that like Bird. I'm talking about I got no folks to the goddamn national championship. No folks ain't being sent. Real legend, man. What? We salute shit like that. I'm talking about no folks real legend wear your jersey. I'm talking about 33 shit, Sycamore, Indiana. I see you. I be seeing them folks. I said, goddamn Bird, real legend out here, ain't it? Real life. Shout out to the Bird fans, shout out to the Stat fans. I enjoyed this video. I enjoy it every day. I thank the Lord every day. Shout out to y'all out there. I hope y'all have a blessed day. And we're gonna be back with another video after this video. Make sure y'all stay prayed up. Make sure y'all be safe. Make sure y'all be good. You know what?